Well, hello. My name is Aset, and I am at thegoddessinside.com. And today I am bringing you the Goddess Diaries in a vlog form because I wanted to talk to you face to face rather than writing something to you. Um, right now, we're on the other side of a solar eclipse and a new moon, and we are in the midst also of, I think, 5 planets in retrograde. And I know a couple of weeks ago, um, a lot of people that I was seeing were really struggling with deep transformational things that were happening in their lives and ways in which like the universe was pushing and really starting to feel the crunch. It's almost as if, we've been in that cocoon and we've turned to mush and we're starting to feel the walls kind of caving in and feeling everything starting to kind of, I don't know if we're feeling like it's coming apart or the walls are caving in and we're running out of room because we're about to emerge. But either way, both scenarios work for the way that we're feeling. So you're either on one end of that or the other. So um, I thought it was really important to come on today and talk to you a little bit about how do you get through that? How do you keep going? Because so much of what's happening in your life feels like everything is getting turned upside down. The rug is getting pulled out from under you. Things that you thought were going to turn out one way, there's no way they're going to turn out that way now. And sometimes you just feel like you've lost hope. Um, I can just tell you from my end of things here, I'm in the same boat as you all are. How I move through it is a couple of different ways, probably about at least three different ways. So I'll share those with you today. The first one is that I'm gentle on myself, and I know that when my inner strength muscle is worn out, I take time out for me. I'll let myself sleep in if I don't have, anything going on. I'll do something simple like make something special for dinner. Most of the time it's just me. So it's kind of nice in one hand and kind of lonely on the other. But when I take the time out to spend the time choosing the vegetables, chopping the vegetables, cooking the vegetables, it just makes things a little bit easier for me. So it makes me feel special. It makes me feel validated and alive. So be gentle on yourself. Another way that I do it is that kind of along the lines of being gentle on myself, when my inner strength muscle is just worn out, I take time off. Like I don't think, it's not that you should not think about your problems, like what Scarlett O'Hara used to say, I can't think about it today, I'll think about it tomorrow. Um, you know, Sometimes there's something to be said for not thinking about it today. Just if you can't find the thing inside of you that tells you how you're going to get through this or how to find your way out of this hole that you feel like you're stuck in, you need that rejuvenation time. So take the day off, take the dog for a walk, go spend time with your grandmother, watch a movie, take a nap, read a book, something that breaks up your routine, but that allows you to kind of feel like, yeah, I am acknowledging that right now things are hard. I'm acknowledging that right now things suck and they're challenging and I'm not happy about the way things are going. And everyone's time frame for experiencing that or allowing themselves to honor that feeling, it might be different. Some days I only need the morning. Some days I just need an hour to just take a walk. Some days I need a whole day. I need a whole entire day of not worrying about emails, not worrying about promoting my business, not worrying about where the money's coming from, not worrying about relationships that are rocky. I just let myself not so much Like, I don't let myself necessarily feel sorry for myself, but I let those thoughts come through and then I debunk them right away. Like, yeah, I could be that fatalistic or that negative about things and stay focused on that. Or I can remind myself, yeah, that's not really true. Or you're causing some of this yourself. Or what are you really doing to get out of that situation and create something different? The next thing that I do is when I take those walks and things, I tune in. I pay very close attention to wisdom that might come in. And a lot of times it's a pep talk from the universe. It's a reminder that I'm on the right path, that even though things are difficult and challenging, I'll figure out a way to move through that. And then the other thing that I do, I guess this might be the third or fourth thing I've listed at this point, is I get busy. Once I've given myself time to be gentle, to allow the negativity to just run through my mind like a naked streaker, I take charge of it at that point and figure out, okay, if someone were coming to me with all of these problems and I'm looking at it from the outside, what would I say to them? How would I encourage them? What are the things that I would look at to help refocus them on a positive direction and moving forward rather than just staying here and all stuck in backwards? So those are the 3 or 4 things that I do that help me out. The other thing that I wanted to share with you today was I went ahead and I pulled some cards just to kind of like right before I went on with you here to talk about some of the things that I wanted to share with you. I also wanted to give you some guidance from cards because we all like cards, right? So I'm using the it's called the Way of the Cartouche deck, and it uses symbols from Egypt as well as hieroglyphs and things like that. So the first card that I pulled was the Earth card, and when I thought about everything I wanted to say and share with you today, I thought the Earth card makes sense because that is all about grounding yourself in reality, not in the woe is me. Yes, that's a part of reality, but it's not the part that keeps you moving forward. The next one is the Scarab. That's the part that keeps you moving forward. So you get grounded and then you keep pushing through, you keep pushing through, you keep pushing through. And the thing about the Scarab, it's the dung beetle. So he's literally, excuse my French, but he's literally pushing that ball of shit across the desert. And so it's acknowledging that you need to ground yourself. It's acknowledging that ball of shit and what are we going to do with it? To remember that there's something on the other side of that. And then the third card that I pulled is the Sistrum, and that's Bast. And so to me, and that's a number 4 card. So to me, a number 4 is stability. And Bast and the Sistrum are all about joy and happiness and those kinds of things. And the sistrum was used in ancient Egypt for a couple of different things. One of the first things that it's being used for is they would shake that to dispel the anger of the goddess. So it makes her happy. It changes the energy of what's happening. So that's an encouragement to you to do something to shake up your routine. Don't allow yourself to continue to spiral downward. Do something that helps you to spiral up and be able to move forward. So I talked a lot longer than I wanted to today, but I thought it was really, really important with the way that the energy is kind of built up towards this solar eclipse and the 5 planets and all of those kinds of things. And the way that they're still being felt, kind of just even more so on the end of things. So just remember that things may seem like they're falling apart, but the Neteru oftentimes remind us that it only appears that way on the outside, and that things are actually falling into place. Everything that we don't need anymore is falling off. So look at how you're swimming upstream against all of the things that are trying to change or the things that are wanting to happen. Sometimes the changes are difficult. You need time to wrap your head around letting some of those things go. Like I said, maybe you thought something was gonna go one way and it's not ending up that way anymore. So be gentle on yourself. Know that you are always loved and guided and supported by the universe, by the stars, the planets, the Neteru of Egypt, your guides and angels. Stop a moment and take a breath. I just felt that, it's like I had so much I wanted to tell you, because an hour ago, even an hour ago, I was struggling with, where you just want to give up because some of the things happening are just like, they seem insurmountable, but they're not. There's always a way to figure them out. They just might not be figure outable the way that you thought that they were going to be figure outable. You have to take a different approach and look at it a different way and believe and trust and surrender to the fact that those things are happening because what's coming for you in your life, the universe is preparing you. And if we don't clear out the old, it's like that saying, I'm totally butchering it, but for the new to come through, for the new self to come through, you have to die to the old, or the old has to die, or something like that. So you can Google that and share with me what that quote actually is. But again, I've talked longer than I wanted to, but again, I felt was really important. So if you're feeling the crunch, if you want to reach out, if you need a reading, if you need a Soul Sherpa session, I'm here for you. Please reach out. You can reach me at my contact page at thegoddessinside.com, and I would love to hear from you. So hang in there, stay grounded, keep pushing through, and shake it up a little bit and do something kind for yourself and bring the joy back in the midst of things that are challenging. So I hope that was helpful for you. And again, reach out, and thank you for listening and watching. And I will talk to you again on the Goddess Diaries.